So come on, let's have the Dwight Howard discussion then.
Oh, it's too short. It's too short, bro.
Too short.
His peak was too short.
Do you really
Welcome back to the Most Valuable Player podcast. I'm here with Sosa and Tariq. Well on, lads.
I pulled my hamstring.
Go on, doing what?
I was running, man, and it popped.
You were running. You weren't even. You were jogging, right?
No, I was running. It popped while I was doing the sprinting part.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I feel sorry for you, but I'm not. Will
The professionalism. Why are you eating on camera? Come on, bro.
Bro, I'm hungry. Let it go.
The viewers, first off, let me apologize for B-Man being so disrespectful and eating on camera. It's not our way.
I'm eating. I'm hungry, bro. By the way, Can I just say, mint sauce is top 3 worst sauces in the world.
No.
What?
Anyone that has mint sauce, I suggest you reevaluate your life.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this in it. How do I exit this thing? You can't be talking like this, right?
Nice, bro.
Nah, mint sauce is quality, bro. You need that.
It's mint sauce chili sauce, fam. You go to the takeaway and you say, yo, mint sauce chili sauce. Like, you don't just say chili sauce.
No.
You get both.
No. You say ketchup and mayonnaise, my friend. That's what you say.
Basic.
Loud.
Basic.
Everything comes down to one thing. If you ask enough questions, the final answer will always be ketchup.
Yes. I mean...
You had an ally with that.
Anyway, lads, we're gonna talk basketball, right? It's a bit overdue, but KG, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace. All 3 of them.
Before you do anything, first off, like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Really appreciate that. But B-Man, continue, please.
All right, then. Let me start that again. Anyway, all 3 of them, KG, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant, all made the Hall of Fame. Are you excited?
Yes. No. It's like we expected them to be in there, but there's no ceremony. Well, first and foremost, there's no Kobe. Like, rest in peace, Kobe. And then there's no ceremony. It's like it got announced on Twitter. So it's like, okay, that happened.
Do you know what? Can we talk about Tim Duncan for a second? Is he the most underrated basketball player of all times? Yes or no?
No.
No?
I don't think anyone underrates him. Like, he's the best power forward of all time. Everyone knows that.
No.
I think he's properly rated. Yeah, I don't think he's underrated or overrated. I think he's properly rated.
I don't think so, I think it's underrated. Do you know why it's underrated? It's because whenever anyone talks about the greatest of all times, he's never in the discussion.
But he's in the discussion as the best power forward of all time. So, for his position, for him to be known as the best, that's something.
Yeah.
If you're
in the grand scheme of it all, as an argument, he has a stronger case than, let's say, someone like Kobe, may rest in peace, or even LeBron for that matter.
That's because he's done his whole career. I mean, LeBron, again, he's still got a couple of years left. I think with a guy like Tim Duncan, he was such a mainstay in the NBA for so long, and he's got all the accolades. Like, if you're picking a 5-man lineup, who are you going to play at power forward? Like, people say, oh, you have Shaq or Kareem as a power forward and one will play a center. But real talk, if you want a power forward, he's your guy. You're not gonna look past anyone else. You're not gonna look at. He's better than overall Dirk and KG as far as that position goes, like career-wise. So I can't think of another power forward that I'd take over him.
What about you, T?
It's mainly, I think he doesn't get the recognition like most of the other players because he just wasn't fancy. Like his nickname said it all. He's big fundamental. He's fundamentally good. He just did everything well. But he could score on anyone. He could score in different ways. I mean, I think I watched something KG interview recently. He just said he tried to trash talk Tim Duncan. It wasn't working. Everything we tried with this guy.
KG was going, he trash talked you. It wasn't like he was swearing. You just go, nice move. Better luck next time. Yeah. And it's just so mundane, but this guy, he got in his head. That was hilarious.
Draymond Green said the exact same thing. He goes, I could trash talk anyone. But the moment it came to Dirk, impossible. Stone cold face, one-liners like bank or better luck next time, like Sosa said.
Yeah. But to me,
man, when you hear that, you're like, yo, I'm trying to get in your head, and this guy's just brushed me off like I'm a child. What's going on?
Yeah. Nah, to me, he's the best power forward of all time, man. I think he's properly rated. I think everyone understands that. It's just that he doesn't have the profile. Obviously, he didn't do many interviews. He wasn't, didn't have social media back then. But even when social media came in, this guy was not having it. He just didn't put himself out there. Like he wasn't a brand like LeBron or Kobe. But like, he just did his talking on the court.
Yeah, and it was that simple.
You know, I reckon it's not just that. It's that because he was always like, if you look at his career, he played up against Kobe and Shaq. He played up against like the Miami Heatles, and he was always in the other guy, like the adversary for most of the like NBA fans. So like he's been like, nobody liked the way that because the Spurs, they played such a way of basketball that it was boring to people, and people weren't enjoying that. And the whole Spurs organization were just looked at, these guys that they do everything so regimented that it rubbed people the wrong way. And so that's why people weren't rating him at the time that he was playing. Now he's retired. You can just safely say, this guy's...
No. I don't think so, I think even when he played, people appreciated him, but they knew that the reason why he wasn't getting as much review was because of the way that San Antonio Spurs was set up. But people always knew, because that guy could drop you 30 really, really easily. And the beautiful thing about him is that there wasn't really any way that he couldn't score. Any post-up, mid-range. His threes weren't all of that, but obviously he came from an era where threes wasn't like looked after. Although he did shoot a three to win a game in the playoffs once. But that's not his.
He shot a three.
Yeah, he made a three. Not just that, he made the three, and Pop used what's his name now, Manu Ginobili, as a decoy to get Tim Duncan open, and he made the three to win the game.
I need to find that clip, man. I've never seen that.
I've seen that a couple of weeks ago.
Let me tell you this, B-man. You could say like he wasn't properly rated or people respected him, but you got to tell every fan that lost to his Spurs team in the playoffs, they hated the guy, man, for how many years, because he knocked out how many teams. Like, there's a reason why that's why Kobe got hate, because like he knocked out so many teams with his. But then in the end, it was a case of course it was.
No, he wasn't hated because he was beating people.
Yeah, of course. He was beating people.
Kobe was hated because of how he was beating people. It was all of this. It was like he was bigger than, he felt that he was bigger than a lot of players. He used to rub people the wrong way around. Even his own teammates. Like, his expectations were up here. He used to rub
Special case. Yeah, I think Kobe's, but even still, like, you think of a team that you've been battling against and you've consistently lost against. It's going to be like, yo, I hate this team.
It's kind of like KG and LeBron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, Because Chris Webber is still on the ballot. I think he's like on the 29th ballot right now, waiting to enter the Hall of Fame. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the current players, right? If we skip past all the obvious ones, so obviously the likes of LeBron James, KD, Steph, all of them are going to make it into the Hall of Fame. Let me throw you a couple of names and tell me if you think that they're going to make it into the Hall of Fame. You ready? All right.
Yeah.
The first one, is Draymond Green. Is he going to make the Hall of Fame?
Oof, good question. I would say yes.
Because?
Bro, he's won 3 championships. Did he win Defensive Player of the Year?
He did.
He did, yeah.
He did, man. He's won All-Star a few times, and I'm sure he will be again in his career, and he might win more. But I think if we're talking what he's done right now, if his career ended now, I think he would be. He's accomplished a lot, man, that a lot of people in the Hall of Fame haven't done.
Yeah. What about you, Sosa?
You know what? He would, because of the accolades he's got. Obviously, he's got the championship. He's got the Defensive Player of the Year. He's also got all defensive teams. So that's going to count for a lot. Obviously, for what he did for the Golden State Warriors, he was the glue guy. So he'll get a lot of recognition for that. All right. Yeah.
1 second, lads.
Oh, the car.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I knew that might have happened at some point. Go on.
Hi. Do you want me to throw the next name at you?
So come on, let's have the Dwight Howard discussion then.
Oh, it's too short. It's too short, bro.
Too short.
His peak was too short.
You're telling me that you...
Say that again.
Wait, is this... Man, are you saying you wouldn't put Dwight Howard in the Hall of Fame?
No. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's not as clear cut as what people are making. Everyone is like, yeah, he's going to make it, this, and that. But because of that, it's left open to other people getting in when they shouldn't. Just like I mentioned last year about the MVP voting, I said there has to be some clear guidelines as to how you're voting, because then it stops idiots from voting for players that don't deserve it, right?
Okay.
And even for the Hall of Fame of all places, there has to be at least some categories and a caveat corner where you put some players in that have been unbelievable but just don't fit into the categories like rings, like all NBA teams and whatnot.
Well, here's the question for me then, for you then, because you're talking about his career has been short. Like, this guy's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, right?
3
times.
3 times, sorry. My apologies, 3 times. And he's been to the NBA Finals. Like, what else does he need to do?
Extend it. I'm not saying that I wanted him to win another 4 or 5 Defensive Players of the Year, but what I wanted him to be is be at the top of his game for as long as possible. The moment he left Orlando, his career died. So what we're saying is, in the last 4 or 5 years at Orlando, we're basing his entire resume on that, when in fact his resume spans his whole career. When in fact in the last 5-6 years, he's arguably not even been a top 10 center in the league.
So if he had retired after he left the Rockets and then just not come back to the league, do you reckon he would have gone to the Hall of Fame?
Well, yeah, only because if for example, if injury ruined him and he couldn't come back and play, then yeah. But the fact that he's been able to play and he's been a good squad player, brilliant. But I rate Dwight Howard. I do. His game is unbelievable. But in the last 5-6 years, the guy has not been relevant at all. Even KG managed to keep it going until his Brooklyn days. The guy was at the top of his peak for like 12 to 13, 14 years. LeBron James, 20 years nearly. Kobe, 20 years. Dirk Nowitzki's entire career. Like, you're talking about people that are doing it for so long. Yo, do you get where I'm coming from, at least?
I hear you. I think it was a case of that Dwight didn't have a home when he left Orlando. After he left Orlando, it wasn't a case of like everywhere he went, like he never fit in. But with guys like Dirk, guys like Kobe, that was their home at their one team. And so they were able, I mean, I get LeBron moved about, but obviously he moved with...
Even most players though, Sosa, most players do move from place to place and still perform. Now, I know that the moment he got to LA, he was actually quite good until he injured his shoulder, and that done him for like 2 years. I don't hold the injury against him. What I'm holding against him is the fact that he continued to play for another so many years, but we're whitewashing that. It's like it didn't exist. We're only going to focus on the Hall of Fame should span your entire career, not just a section. That's why I also have an issue with Carmelo Anthony making it into the Hall of Fame. Again, yeah, yo, for real.
Oh, no.
Do you know why? No, listen to what I'm saying though. The guy's considered one of the greatest scorers of all times, which he is. The guy's not even top 15 in the all-time scoring list, brother. What are we talking about here?
Your T.
Yeah.
Go why Carmelo's a Hall of Famer. Go tell him.
Listen, this guy's a walking bucket, man.
Damian Lillard is a walking bucket, bro. LeBron is a walking bucket. James is a walking bucket. There's walking buckets everywhere. Everywhere. If that's the only thing that he can do, the guy can't defend. He can't make it past the first round of the playoffs. That is your Hall of Fame guy.
He made it. I'm sure he made it past the first round with Denver.
Once! Brother, once!
Listen.
Wait! Nah,
he's done it. He's done enough in the game, man.
Come on, man.
You got to realize, it's not just the case of he only got past the first round once in the NBA playoffs. You got to realize this guy, he was amazing for the Olympic team for America. So it's not just a case of NBA, it's also what he's done for his country as well.
Nah, I wouldn't accept that one.
That doesn't count. The guy played against scrubs with the best players in the world. What do you mean? Wait 1 second. So 1 second. If I have got LeBron James, CP3, Deron Williams at the peak of his game, by the way, yeah, you've got the likes of they are the all-star of all all-star teams playing against teams worse than the G League. Like, come on.
You know, yeah, that a few years ago that America, they couldn't even win the was it 2004 when was it Argentina or is it Spain when they beat them in the final?
It happens sometimes. It's very rarely that they lose, but they are clear favorites. There's no team anywhere near them. No one should get any credit for winning the Olympics ever.
Really?
As a matter of fact, Manu Ginobili should be put into the Hall of Fame just because of the fact that he won it.
Damn. Okay, yeah, I hear you that because that's
again. If Dwight and Carmelo make it into the Hall of Fame, I have no issue with that. But what I do have an issue with is people saying that they are guaranteed, when in fact there should be a little bit of scrutiny about whether or not they should make it.
No, I hear you.
What's your case? Do you know what? At least Dwight Howard took his team to the finals, defensive player of the year, all defensive team, all NBA team. Like, he's done across all boards. Carmelo Anthony only ever has had offense in his locker, ever.
Yeah, but 10-time All-Star, All-NBA.
But this everyone is like that though. That's
points, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. There are people in Hall of Fame who have done less.
And exactly, and they shouldn't be in there. We shouldn't put other people in there because there've been others with less. It should be the fact that you are being put into arguably the most prestige category in the NBA or in basketball, period, which is the Hall of Fame. And to then walk into the Hall of Fame for having done something that other people were able to do anyway. Obviously not Dwight Howard, because for what he did in those 4 or 5 years that's Hall of Fame worthy. But Carmelo Anthony is not, for me, hasn't had moments where I thought, yeah, he's clearly a Hall of Fame type of player. He was a walking bucket, yes. But nowadays, there's walking buckets everywhere, bro. James Harden is a walking bucket and came from within a couple of shots of making it to the NBA Finals. Like, James Harden, I would put in the Hall of Fame.
But I think it's a lot easier to score now than when it was in Carmelo Anthony's days, though. It was a lot tougher back then.
Yes, and yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot more 20+ game scorers nowadays compared to when.
But still, you have to take it for face value. And if you take it for face value, then
well, the thing is, it's not just that specifics. That there wasn't like a specific event that happened that would say, okay, he's worthy of it. It's the fact that it's a build of how many years he's been doing this. That's the reason why it's saying, okay, he might not have won a championship. He might not have even made it to like, the conference finals. But the fact that he's been playing at such a level for so long, obviously he dropped off when he got to OKC, but that was to be expected when he wasn't going to be the first option anymore. But he showed that he was that guy. He could be that guy for how many years on its team.
I get that. And yeah, it always brings me back to the same point.
Like if you had Dwight Howard's defensive player and finals mixed in with Carmelo's consistency, that would be the ultimate package of that's the criteria what you need for that guy's.
Exactly.
But I see where you're coming from. There's you can pick holes at the arguments that you put for either candidate.
Yeah, and dude, Tariq, all-stars shouldn't factor in the Hall of Fame discussion, man.
It should, man, definitely.
I don't think it should. There's too much.
I think it should. No, when you reach a certain level of all-star games, like more than 5, it just shows that you've been consistent for a certain amount of period.
Yeah, true. But the only reason why I say that is because that is something that's going to get either used for or can be used against people. But there's loads of players that haven't been to enough all-star games that we know for a fact are going to make the Hall of Fame. I think the basketball, all-NBA teams, all defensive teams and titles and playoff runs should dictate who makes it into the Hall of Fame. Damn, how many times has Damian Lillard been snubbed? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there were people better than him those years, and he's become a better player for it.
And I know, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he wasn't an all-star, because we know in those years that he got snubbed, he was an all-star. It's just that the fact that either the coaches had too many players to pick from, because if Damian Lillard was in the East, he'd have he'd be in the all-star game every year. But it's the fact that this guy's been in the loaded West for so long that that's being held against him.
It says the same for like a guy like Rudy Gobert, who like he made it last year, but the year before he didn't make it, but still made it onto the All-NBA team. Like, do
you know what I mean?
How are you gonna you're not gonna make an All-Star team, but you make an All-NBA team? It's weird.
That's what I think. I think there's more credit being given to someone that's been on the All-NBA team 5 years in a row, as opposed to All-Star. For example, Kobe in his last couple of years, he made the he made the All-Star team. Should he have made the All-Star team ahead of other people? Not really, but because he's loved so much and because people really wanted to see him, that's why he got in. But that was not a credit to him being at the top of his game. That was more of a respect of, look, you've done so much over the last few years. Let's just give it to you now. That's why I'm not all in for the All-Star game. Anyway, guys, we're going to have to put a stop to it there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to be back again soon. And Sosa?
If you like the video, like the video. Have you, Iman? Oh.
I couldn't hear any of that, by the way.
Right, let me do this again. Guys, like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Please, really appreciate it. We're glad to have you on board. B-Man, lead us out, man. Lead us out.
We appreciate you. We're going to be back again soon. Peace.